Hey everybody! Welcome back to Bakery Restart! I'm Brad, and today I've got a Lilith game to warm you up for the guide that's coming out soon. Plus, a super exciting final match that went down to the wire. I won't spoil the results for you though. As you see, I'm slowly climbing up the ranks. We're getting up there, but Kecker is keeping it tall. That's all from me, and I hope you enjoy. Here we go. We're fighting Dio. I had a long stream yesterday where I fought Dio like 8 times in a row. And this was one of the early ones where he banned Casio. And I always ban Roja against him because he has a 555 Raho that just goes completely insane. I open with my Holden because Dio is a full tank player. And I just need to take my best option immediately. He loves the Tiamat Fushu answer because Tiamat is the best Holden answer and Fushu is the best healer in the tank mirror. I go for Ling Luo here so that he can't pick it. And then I put Sanya behind Ban Protect because I think Sanya is the better healer for the tank mirror than Ling Luo, especially when you put her on my build, which is completely geared to fight Cleave and CC. He ban protects Lily and picks Red Chiaki, so I know this is gonna be a slogger of a game. But here comes the savior, Lilith! And little does he know, Lilith is about to eat good today. And here, I was like, okay, Doki has to be the best. It's just always Doki here, right? I was debating long and hard, like maybe there's some option with like Makoto to counter the Tiamat. But then I was, I'm not sure. I was about to pick it, but the game picks for me. This has happened a bit too many times, and it's already become a meme on the stream. And here he goes Yelly. He actually has a decent Yelly, and once he runs out of damage units, he just picks a Yelly. And if you have the tanky Lily behind Ban Protect, a Yelly is actually really scary, where you can push up, even though your Lily is like, what, 310 or something in the tank mirror? That just wins a lot of the time. But I'm thinking, everything I have is on Bloodbath. I have Sanya, I have the Doki, and that's just gonna eat the Yelly and call it a day. He bans my maxed out Holden that's been doing really well in our fight so far. And now he thinks, well, it's just the Lilith solo DPS. How's he ever gonna win this against my Red Chiaki that actually has the highest healing in the game? She only does healing, but it's very high. Little does he know, Lilith is an insane unit. And here, of course, he boosts the Yelly. And there is no attack buff, importantly. So I will live this. And he doesn't even hit the defense down due to my effect resistance. And now I just do skill 2 because skill 3 wasn't even needed. And I can extend the immunity on Doki and Lilith. Anyways. And here goes the star of the show, Lilith. She's here. And she ults. And we hit on everybody. Let's go. And I didn't click it properly. I should have obviously clicked on Yelly, because this whole fight is about getting Yelly down, and then I can easily lock Tiamat, Chiaki, Lily. They don't have any way to get out of it. But I think we're cool here to eat some Yelly, actually, because she doesn't have her Revelation up, no skill 3, and she's going to get that through Lily. So it's actually better to just push the Lily down, make sure she can't act for a long time. And now, from here, a thing you can do when you play Sanya Lilith is you skill 3 the Lilith twice in a row, and suddenly her damage goes up by quite a lot, actually. And when you also have Doki to do the damage buff increase, then, wait, Lilith is doing damage? Is what your opponents are going to be asking. And she's still on Bloodbath and a bit of health, so she's gonna eat Yelly just fine. With a double healer, you're not really afraid. And as you can see here, this was taken from my stream last night, the first game. So I apologize if the follows are a bit annoying, but I haven't managed to get them off yet. I will try my best for the future to separate it, but still working some kinks out. Here we get the extra turns, and that's always nice. It always feels so good when you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna hit the lock here, and then you get the extra turn and you're like, yeah, it's safe now, let's go. And the Regiaki resists. That's pretty annoying, but it doesn't really do much because she can't actually cleanse anything, which is why she's not nearly as good as some units like Sanya, Linglo, or Fushu. Because Fushu has the turn push and all the healing whenever people get hit, so it's not just one big healing when she takes a turn. And the others obviously have the cleansing on top of their healing. So even though Regiaki has the biggest healing in the game, she's not really as good as the others at all, but she can be worth picking in a tank mirror. And here, it's really all just about keeping the enemy from healing here until we finally kill the Yelly, and then we can establish the lock. Doki is incredible for this, because even though the enemy is pretty fast with gigabytes and a Lily and all that, if I get the cooldown reductions on my Lilith, then it's so much easier to get all going. And as I said, you get the double and you're chilling. And now, skill 3 is up. Only Lily would be detrimental here, and Lily doesn't actually do that much as long as I keep her twin trick target mode down. And I keep just clicking the skill because I'm stupid here, but obviously I should be clicking the Yelly. So here we're just gonna skill 1 the Yelly with our supports and Lilith, and she's gonna eventually die because these stuns are gonna go off. And what's he gonna do then, right? Lilith is starting to do some decent damage even. And now I could technically go for something else, but what if Regiaki resists? Then it's gonna take way longer to kill the Yelly. So it's always better to try to go for the kill there. And now that there's 3 enemies, Lilith suddenly can hold them all hostage. She was already kind of doing it because of Doki, but now Lilith on her own could hold them hostage. That's the scary part. And since the only damage is Tiamat, and the others don't have any cleanses, this is just super over here. And Dio is a good player. He realizes this and just says GG's. And yeah, GG's Dio. Good games. Okay, this next game is against Once Was Blind, and this is one of the most epic game endings I've ever had. I just had to show it. And he is a tank player, and usually those games aren't that interesting, but sometimes the final ending can be some of the most epic ever. And I think due to how I'm drafting recently, which is I'm trying not to draft double healer because it's just too boring to play, to be completely honest. I'm trying to figure out ways to not do that. And here I see him pick Holden, and I pick the Tiamat to counter it a bit, and pick the Mizuki to pick the Tiamat counter. And here he has to either pick double healer or something else, but he goes for the double healer, and now I'm forced to pick Linglo if I want to have any sort of healing, and that's worse in this matchup than both the others. So that was very good drafting on his part, of course. I think optimal drafting from me would have been Tiamat Fushu, like you saw Dio do in the first one, but I definitely want, right now I'm trying to play solo healer by locking one of them a lot of the time. And I'm thinking, okay, what can he do here? There's not much damage to go, so he might try to CC. What if I go for the Lilium to prevent that? What will he even do? So I think he's a little lost, but he has this Freya that he really loves to pick. And then he sends a Viper to counter the Lilium. And I said, okay, well, I'm just gonna ban the Holden and he has no damage, right? Well, as you'll see, that's wrong because the double healer is so tanky that Jackal and a random Viper is actually a bit scary somehow. He bans the Tiamat, which is one of the main damage sources here. And is just gonna try and whittle me down through the Ling-Lo healing. And my Ling-Lo is not very good for this matchup. So we will see how it goes. His Freya is very fast. It's very up to his Freya as well overall. And yeah, we just send the skill 3 because it's got a lot of effect accuracy, so it hit all the nightmares on everybody. We don't want those. And here goes Fushu. Oh yeah. And Freya is here already. His Freya is definitely kind of insane. And I'm going for the, okay, Mizuki looks good, but I think my Lilium has been pumping recently, so I really want to do the Lilium. And he says, okay, Freya is my only non-bloodbath unit. I'm gonna try and protect her. Thankfully here, Lilium has the immunity and it doesn't get dispelled. So no attack down, a bit lucky. And I'm thinking here, do I want to try and go for the Sanya because that's gonna be an important target for the full game? Or do I go for the Freya that doesn't have bloodbath? And I decided to go for the Freya. I do not know if this is correct in hindsight, but I think it was a viable option for sure. And here I'm speeding the game up because there's just going to be a lot of slow whittling down. And everybody knows that even if I eventually kill the Freya, it's going to get rest. So Lilium's going to die here. It's just going to happen eventually. I just don't have the healing to keep her up. And sure, we can try and kill the Freya as mentioned, but she's just gonna get rest back up. So I don't know if that was right, but she's down and she's not gonna be down for long. So we're just gonna keep trying our best. Now maybe get the Sanya. No, Freya's back. Maybe we try to re-kill the Freya here. I think the best thing was probably to just start sending it into Sanya, but she just heals it up. I'm not really sure. Viper is keeping us at very low. The Fortissimo on Fushu procs and max heals the Freya immediately, even through the healing debuff. And it's just gonna be tough to get through it however you do. And he just has the defense buffs, he has the Viper, like, I don't know how I'm supposed to kill anything here. And eventually when the Etheria effect is high enough, he's just gonna kill my Lilium. And here I think it was super incorrect to ult the Freya with my Lilium. I should have just ulted his Sanya. But now it is what it is. Lilium is down, it looks super doomed. And we're just gonna slowly get killed. And obviously, nobody thinks this is very fun. I'm like, should I even be trying at this point? Why am I here? Just to suffer? Well, yes, actually, that might be the case. But, as you might see later, sticking around wasn't the worst idea ever. To not melt your brains, I decided to cut the part where they slowly kill my Ling-Lo and Lily. And I've been trying my best thinking like, what can I do to get out of this? And I don't really see much. And here, my Lily's just about to die and it's just like, how is Mizuki supposed to do anything at this point, right? Like, oh, a little shield for Lily is gonna do so much, right? But Mizuki cannot be counted out just yet. He tries to increase the HP, so maybe Freya can live one Mizuki counter. Because it might come here from the 4 attacks. Or well, it will come because 4 attacks. Well, 11k. That makes it so That did not matter that you got 20% more HP. And the big issue here, I thought, was Sanya. But what I should have been doing, actually, is definitely hit into the Fushu as much as possible. But it's very easy to forget that Fushu has a skill too that does a lot of damage. So I just think, okay, I'm gonna get the Viper down, it does the most damage right now. And maybe they're forced to hit into her and she counterattacks every time. If we can hit some wounds, maybe? That could be really cool. And as you see, yeah, wound coming, but cleansed, annoying. Viper. Boom, dead. Oh, the damage is gonna go up. Higher crit damage time. And oh, yeah, this is why I should have been hitting into the Fushu. She does a lot of damage. And here, if I just hit the Fushu, it would have been so much better. But I just... my brain was locked on thinking, I need to get the Sanya so no more rests. But if they're getting rest with this, what does it matter? I don't know. Sometimes you brain fart a little bit, but Mizuku is doing her best to try to make sure that even though I'm not playing optimally, I have a shot. And big skill 3 gets the Viper down, so the rest didn't do anything. And now the healing is 0, as you can see. And bam, 15k. Dead Sanya. And it's an ult. Oh, so we can't counterattack. This was super smart, because if she S1'd, I would have counterattacked and then killed. And now she's at 1, and oh no! Oh no, wait! Oh, this is why I should have killed the Fushu earlier. Ah. Mizuki nearly did it, but just not enough. Big GG once was blind. Very interesting game. And that's all for today. I hope you had some fun, even though it was tank games. The meta right now is really not it, but I'm trying my best to provide you something fun anyways. I hope the first game got you excited for the Lilith video. It's coming up next. And hope you had some fun overall. Thanks for watching and have a good one.